Oh, oh my goodness. The Haitian boy just got done watching the Black Panther movie. Oh, the Haitian boy just got done watching the Black Panther movie. Hey, I am King T'Challa. Looking ass. Alright, y'all, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into this review. What's up, y'all? It's Junior. We're here to talk about the Black Panther movie. I'm fresh out of watching it. I can't talk to anybody about it because I want to talk to you guys about it and just give you my first take. And we're just going to have a good conversation about this one. No, definitely. So the first thing we're going to do here is I'm going to talk about the film. I'm going to give a spoiler-free review. I suggest you watch the movie before you watch the review, but if you're here and you just want to see how I vibe with the movie was awesome. Top 3 movies. Top 3 Marvel movies. And I'm not just saying that because Hype Train or black movie cast leader, blah blah blah. That's not what I'm talking about. This movie is really a good movie. So if you haven't watched the movie, I suggest you watch the movie. It's on the first day. The movie just came out today, but as of this recording, the movie just came out today. Watch the movie. The movie is good for you. The movie is good for everyone, not just Wakanda. But no, the movie was good. I will probably watch the movie again. Definitely a big fan. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the review. If you don't, we're gonna get spoiler free first. After that, I'll do a disclaimer letting you know we're gonna go ahead and hop into spoiler territory. Once we get there, don't. If you don't want to, if you want to click off, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll move on. We'll move on from there. Off the bat, this movie is. One thing I liked about the movie is its tone. As far as it takes place. It takes place around like a week after the events of Civil War. So just to put y'all on the timeline, it's a really, but at the same time, Civil War came out last year, 2 years ago, if you count. I think it's 2016, 2017 when Civil War came out. And they make it feel like this could be happening. That's one thing, like it could be happening like now, because with Black Panther being promoted, because the movie just came out, you have the song with Kendrick Lamar on The Weeknd, or King's Dead, or everything on the Black Panther soundtrack. You're hearing it on the radio. You're hearing it at the clubs. So there's a scene. And they're walking into a public area, and music from the soundtrack is playing in the club, and I'm like, well, that's actually pretty cool, just because it's just little things that count. And for me, when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh well, realistically, I could be in a club, and this could, it's kind of not alienating. Like, oh man, what? This would never play in the club. No, it's playing in the club right now. So that was good. Overall, the score, the soundtrack, everything, all of the sounds in this movie was beautiful. Everything beautiful. The opening sequence beautiful. The ending sequence, the ending dialogue, the post-credit scenes. Those of y'all that haven't watched the movie, there are 2 post-credit scenes in Black Panther. There's one shortly after the fancy credits, the fancy credits, and then there's one after the normal credits. And just so y'all know, because a lot of people got up and left after they saw the first post-credit, I'm just like, that can't be it. But no, the score, the soundtrack is impeccable. It's not even an aspect of because it's kind of on its own. It fits the tone. We're in Africa. We're in the continent of Africa, okay, and it's like it still sounds Marvel-esque, but it's still like, well, hold on now, we are in Africa, so you have those instruments being played. Big fan of it though. I'm definitely gonna be listening to the soundtrack. If I can find not even the Kendrick Lamar. Not Disney because the Kendrick Lamar music is good, but not even just that. Like the actual just soundtrack. It was nice. A lot of world building in the movie. Like I said, the MCU is different from the actual comic books. A lot of people still haven't gotten wind that it's a completely different universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe movies of Marvel are different than comics of Marvel. So, but I like the way that they introduced the plot. I like the way that they introduced the antagonist, introduced the conflict. Everything about the movie was well thought out. It didn't seem sloppy. The script, nice. It's just every angle that I look at when I was watching the movie, because I watch movies like really critically just so I can come back to my apartment and do a review on them. And it was dope. I have like absolutely no complaints. The colors, beautiful. The wardrobe, beautiful. Everyone doing their African accents. I don't know who helped them with their African accents. Who knows? But Chadwick Boseman did a great job with his African accent. We did get a chance to see that in the Civil War movie. But even people like Daniel, him doing his African accent, I'm just like, what? Hold on. You did a Get Out movie and now you got an African accent and it's not sounding forced at all. It's, hey, these guys are doing, they're actors, what do you expect, right? But no, they're doing their thing, like 100%. Forrest Whitaker was good in the movie. Angela Bassett was good in the movie. Everyone was good in the movie. It's like nothing is out of place. Nothing's out of place. For all my people who didn't want Stan Lee to make his cameo, Stan Lee's cameo was painless. Painless. Yes, he has a cameo in the movie. That's not a spoiler. I've read an article that, he's going to be cutting down to on his cameos. If y'all want me to make a separate video on that topic, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll go ahead and talk about that some more. But his thing was painless, and even if it wasn't painless, don't make it a big deal. But no, it was dope. Everything is just. I'm not trying to sound like a yes man. If the movie was bad, trust me, I'd be here and be like, movie was garbage. Just like with the Deadpool trailer I did a reaction to. That Deadpool trailer was garbage. I'm sorry, the Deadpool trailer was trash. So I'm here to tell y'all, I'm not just following the hype. I don't care about the hype that black people have with Black Panther because it's a black lead actor and it's a black movie. It's not even that. It's a good movie. Top three. I'd definitely say Black Panther, Iron Man 3, and Age of Ultron. And honorable mentions to Spider-Man. Because I'm a Spider-Man fanboy. Spider-Man Homecoming, it was good. It wasn't great, but if you ever see me do a Spider-Man review, take it with a grain of salt because I'm a Spider-Man fanboy. But Black Panther, any other movie, honestly, even with Spider-Man, but take it with a grain of salt. But everything else besides Spider-Man, y'all gonna get 100% raw. But no, it's starting action, rising point, climax, ending. everything is solid in this movie. I'm talking about solid. They stated, they pointed out what is the plot, what is what, where is where, who is who, from the opening sequence of the movie. The opening sequence. Michael B. Jordan, he did his role phenomenally, in my opinion. No shade to Michael B. Jordan, but this is a way better use of his talents, especially in a superhero movie, than Fantastic Four. I mean, obviously, because Fantastic Four was horrible, but I don't think it's a him issue. I just feel like the script was bad on Fantastic Four, but definitely in Black Panther, I almost spoiled something, but definitely in Black Panther, he definitely did his thing. In my opinion, he definitely did his thing. From his dialogue to his motivation to his character overall is just phenomenal. Phenomenal in my opinion. But that's going to do it for the spoiler-free review. So if you don't want to be spoiled, because I'm going to start getting into the actual meat of the review, where we're talking about the meat of the movie. So if you don't want to get into that, go ahead and click off. No hard feelings. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. And thank you. But yeah, so this is the spoiler review. You already had your chance, so we're just gonna hop straight into it. Definitely. I thought I was gonna go because I watched a lot of movies. I watched a lot of media. Not a lot of media. I watched a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I watched a lot of movies and shows, putting myself in the director's standpoint, the director's point of view, and there's things that happened in this movie more so towards the end with Agent Ross that didn't happen that I thought was going to happen. What I mean by that is I thought, because Agent Ross is working with the government, and we can just have a situation where, oh, you saved my life, but I still got to do my job. And I thought that it was going to kind of go the route of, he's going to help him do his little whatever that he's going to do in the movie. The next conflict for the next installment for Black Panther, or the next installment for Marvel, including Wakanda, would be something with Agent Ross running his mouth, thus leading Wakanda to step into the into the front lines. That's kind of what I was thinking was going to happen, but it didn't happen like that, because T'Challa just went like, hey, look, everything, all the conflicts, because it took me a second to understand it, but this conflict, the biggest conflict of this big monster that we're dealing with currently in Wakanda right now, is because of what y'all are doing. All T'Challa's uncle wanted to do was basically be the big brother, or the crutch to the people who are getting beaten down. Not just the blacks, because I know people are going to take it there, but not just the blacks in countries, and it's the people, the people getting stepped on and stepped over. That's what he was taking his step to, and as King of Wakanda, his father couldn't condone that. They were sitting on opposites of that, and what happened, because this is spoiler review, so what happened. No, I definitely agree with it. He told all the previous kings of Wakanda, you were all wrong. You were all wrong. All of you were wrong, because this situation with Michael B. Jordan's character with my cousin is this. You know what I'm saying? This is happening because of what y'all let happen. And I'm just like, well, that's true. That's true. And And if he didn't, if that was a plot point that they would have just breezed over, they kind of did. But if they would have just breezed over, I wouldn't have gotten it. Not at all. Not at all. Like, but if you're sitting here and you really look at the movie, Michael B. Jordan's character, his role as an antagonist was phenomenal. I feel like he executed that phenomenally, just for the simple fact that he's understandable. You know what I mean? Like, it's you're sitting here and you see him and you're like, I completely understand. You don't have to agree with it. If I have any Naruto fans watching this video, you don't have to agree with Madara, but you understand where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, Madara wasn't just someone who just wanted to just destroy any and everything. That's not, if that's what you got from walking away from Naruto, then you missed the point. So with Michael B. Jordan's character, it's like, I get it, you know. And that's what T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, that's what his character towards the second half is like. I get it. No, I get it. I completely get it. Like, I completely get it, and that's why him and his sister established that base where his uncle died, and established that base, you know, and made that press conference to make sure that doesn't happen again. Because as he stated, you're wrong. You're wrong for keeping Wakanda in the shadows and just letting whatever happens, and we're just a secret type of society. You're wrong. I get it. Completely understand it, and I feel like Michael B. Jordan's work and character as an antagonist was one of, if not the best characters in the whole movie, in my opinion. I was not rooting for him, but just like glued in, because it's completely understandable. It's completely understandable. Another thing is, while Agent Ross was flying that ship, I'm in my mind, I'm just thinking of the Millennium Falcon the whole time. I don't know if it was because of the Han Solo trailer before the movie, but every time I saw this ship, I'm just like, Millennium Falcon. Millennium Falcon. Millennium Falcon. Millennium Falcon. I'm just like, why? But it was no, it was that you know, I feel like Agent Ross's character, I don't know, I don't know. I the first bit of the movie, I kind of was just like, who cares? Because, you know, we see him in the club and we're just like, okay, you know, whatever. I didn't really think that he was going to have a substantial role to play. And he didn't have a substantial role to play, but he played his part. And I like how I didn't have to hate him at the end, because he didn't do what I thought he was going to do. Another thing is the character of Nakia, Prince T'Challa, King T'Challa's ex-girlfriend. It took me a while. I don't know if I'm just slow, but it took me a while to realize that, you know, they were a thing. Because, you know, the first scene is like, you know, don't freeze, and I'm just like, freeze like how? Because when I first saw her, I was like, okay, that must be his sister or his cousin. You know, and then I was like, wait, no, why would he freeze? And I was like, then I realized that who his sister actually was, and I was like, oh, because, like, with me, I've read comics, I've read the comics, so I know that Black Panther and Storm get married. I'm well aware of that, and I'm just wondering because it's all under one umbrella now, you know what I mean? So. And we very well might get a X-Men reboot. So what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, because the end of Black Panther, well, At the same time, look what happened with Iron Man. You know, look what happened with love interest. So, even though they're still together, but that didn't, if Storm and him do get married, but like I said, it's a whole different universe. That's one thing that I understand. There's kind of a base that they have to stick with. Like, Spider-Man can't be the strongest Avenger. It's just not going to happen. Spider-Man can't be the smartest Avenger. It's just not going to happen. Because that just wouldn't make sense. They're going to keep the basis of the comic books, but it's a whole different universe. Another thing that kind of threw me around was when I was watching the movie, especially when I don't know the Jabari's leader, his name, but when T'Challa and him was basically fighting for the throne, I was just thinking, like, when movies would come out, like superhero movies, let's just say Marvel, because Tobey Maguire's the Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire. I loved watching the movies. I'm a Spider-Man fanboy, as I stated, right? But I'd love it for the reason that I would love the movie, and I was really hyped for a video game to follow. Because sometimes, like I think Spider-Man 2 came out before the movie was out. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they coexist with the movie. Sometimes they happen after the movie or in between two movies. But I was watching this, like, especially that scene with the Jabari leader, which I forget his name, versus T'Challa. I'm just like, I want to play this scene in a game on my PS4. You know what I mean? Like, I want to play this scene on my game, on my PS4, on my Xbox. I want to play this. Think it's gonna happen? I don't think we're gonna get a Black Panther video game. I don't think so. Because right now, all of the movie games are all on our phones. Y'all go on like Facebook and stuff, and you see the Thor Ragnarok video game on mobile, on iOS and Android. It's not the same. It's not the same. But another thing with the Jabari leader, now that I brought him up, is he reminds me so much of a Kappa. I don't know, like, I know why. It's not just because of the freaking barking or anything like that, or the personality, but he just reminds me of a Kappa. Like, so much. Like, I was just like, bro, this dude's a Kappa. He has to be a Kappa. And one of his best lines was just when he threatened Agent Ross and made the threat about eating him and whatever with the vegetarian. That junk was hilarious. I don't know if I would say that. Well, no, I can definitely say this movie's a bit self-aware, but that's not bad because it's, I'm not gonna compare it to Deadpool, but I think Marvel movies are not even just Marvel movies. Movies in general are just getting a little self-aware. That's not a bad thing. I'm not against movies and shows being self-aware. I'm just stating that they're definitely self-aware. Another thing with Michael B. Jordan, he when he killed his girlfriend. I'm sorry to bring up Naruto again, but I definitely thought about Sasuke trying to kill Karin. Definitely. Like, I was just like, she was like, I'm sorry. He's like, it's okay. I was just like, oh, so he's gonna aim just right and kill and kill him. Nah, shot her, killed her. All right, no hostage. Now what's up? I'm just like, oh, is that what we're doing? Like, he definitely did his thing, though. I really do like his character a lot. I feel like Angela Bassett was really in her pocket in this. In this, I don't know if is Angela Bassett a mother. I don't know if Angela Bassett is a mom or not. I don't really follow people's lives outside the films that they do. But if Angela Bassett's a mother, she played the hell out of that. Like, I was just watching it, like, dang, you are really doing this. Like, you fit, like, it's your job as an actor, blah. But no, like, some people, it's their job as an actor, but, you know, they don't really do a good job. But no, like, she did her thing. Like, I was sitting there just, like, thinking about my mom and stuff like that, and, like, what if I was Prince T'Challa? And, man, I was just like, you really feel it. Like, you really feel that kind of, like is Chadwick Boseman really Angela Bassett's son? Like, they're like, you know, that, like, it makes, because, like, she was killing it. Her dreads was live. They ain't liver than mine, but they were live in the movie. Yeah, I don't know. It was dope. It was dope to me. So yeah, I definitely, like I said in my spoiler-free review, I definitely feel like Michael B. Jordan's character was well casted, well scripted. Not even just his character as far as the script goes, because I feel like the script was good. You know, like, I thought the script was good for everyone, but I don't know. It's just like, as far as being invested into the character, I feel like I was more invested into Michael B. Jordan's character than I was to Chadwick Boseman. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But I was so invested, and not in a like, oh, I want him to win or I want him to live, because come on, let's be honest. But I liked his character a lot. I felt like they did a good job with the script all around. But as far as getting you, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen? I'm looking at it because I'm not worried that Chadwick is gonna die or anything like that. Because even when he got thrown off the cliff, I'm like, he'll be alright. Just to fall off a cliff. It's the worst that could happen. He's a main character. He has plot powers. But I'm like, no, definitely not. He's good. Like, he's definitely good. But I don't know. The script really worked for Michael B. Jordan, in my opinion. You're an African dude. You get what I'm saying? You're coming back. You're wanting vengeance for your father. You're wanting what's right for Wakanda. Even his dying moment in the last stretch of the film, you're true to your character till your character's death. I'm just like, dude, you're doing your thing, man. I'm 100% a fan of Michael B. Jordan's character in Black Panther, 100%. Because I feel like if I'm to get philosophical on y'all, just for a little bit, I feel like Michael B. Jordan's character kind of represents black people in America, because every black person in America is African. If you didn't know, it was just, slavery, blah blah. But yeah, I feel like he kind of represents the African American, wanting to come back. He ain't gonna be. You're not welcome back in Africa. You know what I mean? I just feel like it was kind of. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not an African American, so, but I really vibe with the movie. I really like the movie. I feel like it's definitely a B plus to an A, easily. Also, when I was watching this movie, I until the second post credit, I swear I was like, they really gonna leave out Bucky? They're really gonna leave out Bucky? Y'all really gonna leave out Bucky? And I'm like, no. But then they had another post credit, and I was like, okay, it's Bucky. And then the person next to me was like, Bucky, how did he get there? And I'm like, well, you obviously wasn't watching Civil War. But yeah, I was like, did you not watch Civil War? Did you not watch the 2 post-credit scenes in Civil War. But no, I definitely was just like, no, I'm glad that they introduced Bucky, but I feel like at this point, not even at this point, what will you do? Because you still have things that the character of Bucky can add as far as a dynamic, a anger, a hatred, a resentment kind of card. I guess he could play into the Avengers, especially into Infinity War, because everyone's going to be in Infinity War. Bucky's going to be in Infinity War. It's not confirmed, but I'm betting on it. The Guardians of the Galaxy, we already know. We saw the trailer. Everyone's there. Everyone's there. So, but like I said, man, the movie was awesome. If you haven't seen the movie, watch it. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Haitian guy. I'm not just saying it because I'm a black guy. The movie's awesome. Watch the movie. Even if you're white, don't let these other black guys tell you, oh, hey, this ain't your movie. You ain't supposed to be watching this movie. Man, watch the movie. They ain't make no money off the movie. And Marvel, if you're seeing this Marvel, bro, cast me for the next Black Panther. I don't have to be cast me for the next Black Panther movie. I'll just be a random Wakandan citizen walking down the street. I don't even have to do anything. Just get a scene of me walking. It doesn't have to be a scene of just me walking. Get like a scene of like Hulk throwing somebody and just have me casually walking in the background. Everyone else is freaking out. I'm just casually chilling. Like, just put me in the bro. Look at me. Like, really. Peter Dragon Ball Z shirt. You see Goku. Just come on. Put me in a Marvel movie. Look at me. I'm Haitian. The melanin is popping. Oh, so severely. Got the facial hair. I'm not cutting the hair. I'm not cutting the dreads. But if I'm an African, y'all gave Michael B. Jordan fake dreads. Your boy is homegrown. I can get it braided up in a mohawk. Y'all can put a little. Come on, bro. There's so many options. Look at me. Look at me. It's me, baby. So definitely put me in the next Black Panther movie. But yeah, no, that's it. If you guys like the review, like, share, subscribe. If you hate the review, dislike, report, unsubscribe. I guess that sounds like an opposite, right? Yeah.